Oops, I forgot to bring him with me. Oh, hey, what's up, James? I forgot to bring Titus with me. Hmm. Trying to figure out, yeah, I guess that's what I need. Okay. To remove some of these models that needs to be base coated. So not just taking up room. What else? Well, I guess I can leave her out. Okay, hopefully that can stay there without falling. Alright. Let's see. Well, I'm looking at Discord at the moment. What in the world is that? What the? Oh, I see. Uh, what's this button do? Uh, okay. Alright. So I didn't really get to play today at all, but I had a lot of talk with a fellow gamer. A lot of big things, I suppose, coming up. Alright. So, I need to go grab my other other ones that are filled with crap in it. Go take it outside and fill them with water and let all the paint finally go away or something. Uh-oh. Well, that last song was very brief. Okay. So I'd like to keep them all kind of synced a little bit. Let's see. I think I need a yellow. Maybe not that yellow. Let's grab, here we go. What else do I need to do with these guys? I don't think there's anything I really need to do. What's up, Troy? Don't think there's anything else I need to do with these guys. I think these guys are finished for the most part, besides the yellow. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Good Lord. Can you guys feel it? I certainly can't. Can you even hear the music? Hmm. Gotcha. Loud or barely there? Gosh darn it. That's why it's super watery. Okay. I guess it's for me and me only then. didn't get to play, but that's alright. Had a lot of talk. Orange. Hot orange. So it was alright. How about yours? Did you cause chaos today? Oop. Maybe I shouldn't do that. No chaos? One day though might be chaos. Okay. Alright, let's see what else needs to be done. I think these guys are done essentially. I do need to do patch up work to them. Oh, the box set? Been honored a chapter. Well, I can't remember which one that is. Let me see, I'm gonna go to it now. Because there's like heroes of the chapter, and so you got honored of the chapter. Oh, okay, cool. So you got 3 Blade Guard veterans. You got the chaplain, the adjudicator, the ancient banner guy, and 3 not hellblasters. What are they called? Um, Eradicators. That's what they're called. Okay. Hmm. I need to paint the blues. That's right. I need to a little bit more patch up work on these guys. I'm going nutters on the Outrider bikes. The handlebars and one gun sight cracked. I dropped it in the bar. Managed to save the gun bit, but missing the nasty little bike. Hey, I'm with you on that too. Like, I forgot. Oh, the repulsor. Is it the repulsor? Anyways, one of them. I dropped like the gun barrel part, just the tip of it, and I can't find it. I'm like, crap. That's gonna suck. sucks, man. A little tiny piece like that, you know, when you once it's seen, it cannot be unseen. What's up, Francois? Trying to use up this blue real quick so that I don't waste it. Trying to get a bit of consistent color here too. Just while I have the blue. Green stuff on some time to dry. That barrel must be there. Hit it in the little crack, probably completely different area, especially plastic is so bouncy. I mean, that's very much a possibility. I build stuff like in a whole bunch of different places, and my God, man. Like I hate whenever I can't say I hate, but like when you have dark colored carpet or something, oh boy. Good luck with that one. Think about reprinting these tanks again and doing a little bit of a better job removing supports and stuff from it. Also, I need to print out an entire army made out of my clear resin before I run out of clear resin, because I don't think I'm going to go back to the clear resin, even though maybe I should. But the supports and stuff for the clear resin is just odd. I guess maybe I haven't got that part figured out yet, and that's the reason why I kind of struggle a little bit with it. So I bought a whole bunch of high HD gray, whatever that means, from a particular brand. Maybe that'll be a little bit easier to do supports and stuff on. It's just going to be hard to see if there's any kind of misprints, if especially if I print like a whole bunch of little tiny things. Hey. Hold on. Oop. More brutal clear plastic, not like resin. Another plastic, more like color clear plastic sheet. You can buy. Well, it's clear resin, but like that's a very very thin sword, and it's very fragile. And there's supposed to be two things sticking out in the front, and there's like two in the back. But again, because of the supports and stuff and how thin I had to reduce her size, the other one snapped off. So it's like crap. I already told you about that drawing. Although I will say this, give me the is that the hold on, how did you do this? Was it? Okay. Give me the info on the Shadow Lodens. Because I say out of all of them, that kind of looks interesting. They look like Sentinels to me. And I'm sorry, but the squid face guy looks like to me he looks like there's a game like there's like what do you call it? Lovecraftian dating game or something like that. Whoo, dang. Well, how many points was it, Francois? Okay, I'll leave this out to dry. Let me remove it so that I have room for it. Which I don't have room to move it out the way. Maybe I do now. 2K. So what did he run? What Satans did he run actually? Ooh, what killed those guys? Happy Halloween to everyone as well, Paint. Luther and his Risen Lion Guards. Ah, What did you lose as? What was he considered to be as? Lich guard. Okay, so yeah, Necrons aren't as tough as they used to be. Good lord. A lion proxy, okay. Oh my god, freaking dude, the lion. Did you have him with the feel no pains? Of course love goes brr. That's why you cuddle. Necrons. Well, no, I mean before the Codex came out, Necrons were a lot tougher. Uh, gotcha. I mean, I think most Necrons, most Satans have like a 5 feel no pain now, right? Four. I don't think it's all 4+. Stands over plus half all damage, and a 5. Yeah, 5+ feel no pain. The reason why I say I don't think Necrons are as strong now as they were in the past is because back in the day, to kill a squad of Necron warriors, if you did not wipe them out that turn, they were coming back in full force. And also, the Lich Guard, I believe, had like it was crazy. Like I can't remember. They had a good feel no pain. They had really high toughness because I think they're -1 to wound, and I forget what else. But they got nerfed quite a bit because my friend plays Necrons, and good lord. Yeah, and there was also you could do it more than once per turn too. Mind you, you do it like at your command phase, you do it as I forget where else you could do it, and you could do it as a stratagem as well. But now they kind of restricted that. Was it every command phase that you get D6 back or something? I don't remember. Well, the Crypt Legion is apparently very strong at winning. I just don't know if it's necessarily killing per se, but it's I wouldn't doubt it's like board control because they just teleport everywhere. Risen killed Lich Guard down to 1-2 came back. Luther dropped the Void Dragon to 1. Ooh, recharge. Fights first killed Void Dragon. Ooh. What's the Risen? Is that the I don't know what the Risen are. Are those the in terms of lore? Risen makes me think that you rose them back from the dead. Luther's charge. Yeah, they can't. Yeah, probably. That's right. Yeah. Let's see. This is the right one. What the? Vanguard veterans, Loris, Redeemed Fallen, Dark Angels. Well, because I know they have like Dark Angels have like specialty units. I didn't know if there was like what is it? Might be Black Templars. I'm thinking of like neophytes. Black Templars is something very specific to Black Templars. They're scouts, but they're different. Then you have the Black Templars, also unique models, which are equivalent to Blade Guard veterans, but in some aspects they're better, but in some aspects they're not. Maybe that should have left that black. I mean, is that what they're called, Risen, or are they actually called Blade Guard veterans? You just like to call them Risen. Gains blown up. Oh yeah, I mean, like that's the same thing with Gilliman too. He has that same ability. The problem is Gilliman doesn't have strikes first, which is a problem. Okay, how about your special Marines? They all die the same. Doomsday Blast. Alright, let's redeem their hunters are called the Risen. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. And mind you, the Lion has a freaking 3-up invul save, and on melee, if he rolls a 6 on his save, is it just a 6 on save in general or 6 on invul saves? I can't remember. You reflect 1 damage back as a mortal wound. 6 on invols. Oh, okay. So if you choose to make an armor save, then a 6 ain't gonna do anything. Yeah, I went up against the Lion actually. My Ultramarines versus his Dark Angels. And my God, I charged Gilliman and my Blade Guard veteran squad against the Lion. I whooped the Lion, but it took quite a bit. He nearly wiped my Blade Guard veteran squad. I think all that was left was like one or two Blade Guard, including the Judicator there, and then Gilliman came in there with some lethal hits or mortal wounds actually. He he didn't do the mortal wounds strat at the time because of his positioning, but he ran really ahead of the group. But he still won the match because my dice rolls were just terrible. Every Trinity player wants the Swarm Lord to be as strong and expensive as a Primarch. I mean, the Swarm Lord is supposed to be like the ultimate killing machine for the Nids. It's a bit disappointing that it's not quite there. I don't know how strong it actually is though, so yeah, a lot of people say that Storm Lord, the Swarm Lord is a bit of a joke. As a matter of fact, in lore, it's obviously the thing that keeps dying. Don't show how prove everyone's strong. Everyone kills a Storm Lord. Oh, I keep saying Storm Lord, a Swarm Lord. Uh, yeah, Void Dragon took him to 1 wound when they got this thing back. He's not super tough. Yeah, and I think I ended up killing him just because, as a matter of fact, Gilliman swung and dealt enough wounds to get him really weak. And the Judicator, because I charged with him, he has VM the Honored, so he already comes on, and it was an assault phase too, and gave him the Honor to Chapter. I gave a lot of buff to that squad. So it ended up, this guy ended up having a strength 9 weapon with lance, AP 3, damage 2. And mind you, so I was wounding the lion on 3s because again on the assault phase with VM the Honored or whatever it's called, I get +2 to strength and +2 to my attacks. So that guy killed the lion. The lion only had 2 wounds left by the time Gilliman was done with them. So with Gilliman, I did the sweep profile instead of the like the power fist because the sweep profile had mortal wounds, and by doing the power fist, I'm already cutting my damage in half. And plus, if I get some mortal wounds, I could bypass his invul saves. Yeah, for sure, I hear that. I mean, because they're not the genuine versions. Like, the Swarm Lord could always be resurrected back. So it's like, if they can keep dying, then they're going to be the punching bag of 40k anyway. Like, once you kill Gilliman, that's it. I mean, even though he reds on a 3+. Space Marine lore is kind of bad. Every chapter. Well, I mean, they're the main character, so what do you expect? Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I know. Well, I don't know. The devastation of Baal, you know. What about that one? And then the first invasion of the Tyranids into the world of Ultramar, where the entire first company was wiped out. What do you mean? What do you mean a bit realistic? Man, there's nothing realistic about 40K. You have overpowered gods. You're asking too much for it to be realistic there, I think. Kind of funny though. I mean, it reminds me a little bit of like people in Helldivers, the game director or CEO of Helldivers or whatever. Was that a bit realistic? Um, I think a couple of chapters got wiped out in the devastation of Baal, I believe. Until, of course, the Ultramarines had to save everyone, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do. Who said tax collecting wasn't a superpower? Exactly, that's why they're gonna get exterminated. Bought some bug spray. Oh. Hmm. Gun has no. Well, maybe it does have a little bit of gold. That's why all bugs must be exterminated because you don't pay taxes. IRS is coming to collect their fees. What's NNN? What the hell is NNN? I don't understand your coded language there. Where's my little thing at? Here we go. One to cook and one to clean? Well, there's already one that can clean, by the way. They already made that. They already made one that can clean. You know that, right? Gosh darn it. Well, it's a maid that cleans. As a matter of fact, I already got some of the outfit on. It's black already. By the tactical version. Well, waifu is just something that you marry at that point. If you marry a Roomba, it's going to be your wife. So, technicalities there. Let's see. It's really weird. Those are white. I don't know why. Well, technically, again, if you don't marry it, then it's not a waifu. Otherwise, it'll just be another robot. What the heck is NNN? What is NNN? I have no idea what the heck that is. I wouldn't divorce you or Well, you never know. Have you ever had a robo waifu? If not, then you don't know for sure. At that point, you might as well get a real one, right? All right, man, take it easy. Hmm. Hmm. What color suit would you be having there? Purple? is terrible. Blue shark skin suit, black and white. Dang. You already had all that planned out. It's like, man, one day I will own me a pimp suit, and it's gonna be this. Oh, jeez. It's just waiting for the right time to come out, right? When those robo maids are made, you're gonna put on that suit. Alright, that's it for the chaplain for now. Interesting. Alright. Should I get some, more uses out of this? Not very long, I'll say. My original start is third, fourth, and fifth, third edition. Mind you, that's when I first started. Third edition. And I still have one of my models that I painted back in the day. And this might be fifth edition though. Ooh, that's a little warm. So, but yeah, a little squat over here. I mean, I haven't really. I mean, hey, look, man, third, fourth, and fifth edition painting was not a thing. It's hoping that they don't turn out like blobs. And after that, though, I didn't paint anymore because I moved, and I thought didn't think I'd get back into the hobby. So kind of just got back into the end of ninth edition. So yeah, it's the freaking old half squat model. That's a Space Marine captain or chapter master actually, because back in the day you can have chapter masters. But yeah, I haven't really honestly been painting that long though. Nothing, No particular skill set per se. I developed my own, I somewhat developed my own technique of painting, and it's worked out for me, and I kind of just stuck with it. Well, in third edition, there wasn't really very many chapters back then. I mean, you just literally had Space Marines, then you had characters that are like Blood Angels and Ultramarines and stuff. So I played Blood Angels, Ultramarines in the past, but ultimately it was Ultramarines. And that was it for a long while because whenever I was going to Tau, back when roughly they first came out, I was buying models and then end up moving. So never really got to play them. Well, yeah, I try to stream roughly around the same time every day, about 4 to 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, though. So, and try to stream for at least an hour, and I'm already at that marker point of an hour. I do need to go to sleep because I do have to bring my car into the shop. So, but I want to use up most of this gold before I stop. Oh, I don't want to waste paint. So what do you paint? Oh, the technique. So, anyways, I guess you can answer this while I answer that. So, what do you paint? What army? So, my technique is, I'll show you an example. It could look garbage, but it does have its own, like, so it's kind of the start of it right here. So, you can kind of see that it looks like it's just been washed on there, I guess you could say. Crude and Iron Hands. Ah, crude. So, this is kind of the start of the paint, initial paint. Let's see if there's another one. I guess kind of like this guy too, so it's kind of like a start again, where you see the paint looks splotchy a little bit. So it's a technique that was kind of co-opted, you could say, that I did. So it's like what do you call it? It's like slap chop, but slap chop uses contrast paints. I don't have contrast paints. So another kind of like, this is not as dark. So it's a very light version of it, which I'm probably going to darken it up a bit. So it's a version of slap chop using real paints instead of contrast paints. And the result can turn out to be like this, if it would focus. So you can kind of see like the quote-unquote edge highlighting going on there, like in the abs and stuff. And like some areas, but I think it might be a little bit too bright. Yeah, it is Titus. He has a very unique pose. So should it go brighter or darker? So let's see. Oh yeah, so you can see when it's darker, you can kind of really see those edge highlighting a little bit better. Because it's not so bright, super bright. And the darker shadow areas and stuff. It's mostly on the armor, not really the dark colors. The dark colors doesn't do so well in that. But so this is a finished product. So there we go. Yeah. Yeah. I have some other models that are finished, but they're all in my finish area. I guess out in the wild. I wonder if you go lighter, what happens? Too light, maybe. Yeah, I mean you can see it too there. But again, I didn't do this edge highlighting. It's there. It's actually when I look at it in real life, it's a little bit more pronounced than what you can see on the camera, I suppose. Let's see if I go dark, super dark, maybe super dark. No, that is really dark. Yeah, that's what happens if we go super light. Oh my gosh. So anyways, yeah. It does a really nice edge highlighting that I don't have to go back over and do myself. It's a quicker way to paint. I guess the things that I'm trying to learn is what you call it. Is it called layering? So I can get that gradation of colors. And yeah, because I mean, mind you, with like infantry, I mean, I do that technique on everything, so you can kind of see, even on my dreadnought, it doesn't quite work so well on large, flat surfaces, but it doesn't look too bad. I guess with my technique here, that I could do this. It looks very splotchy, and then I could go over it to darken out the areas and keep those edge highlighting. Like you can see the edge highlighting there, pretty good. And I don't have to do that. I think edge highlighting is very maybe time-consuming task, and just painting alone, you know, I don't believe takes up too much because you're gonna paint it anyway. So yeah. So yeah, and it's also yeah tabletop ready for sure. Yeah, yeah, it's a great start, and also it'll get your models tabletop ready pretty quickly. Again, for like a lot of mass infantry and stuff, I'm not being too precise considering that you're going to be painting like 60 models there. And then for your character models, though, even though I do that same technique, it gets a lot of the basics that I want on the model, and then I a bit more precise, more elaborate. So kind of like this a character model here. Oh man, he doesn't have a helmet. I forgot. Good if you work on what is your. Yes, I mean, luckily enough for me, my vision is whatever. If it gets it on there, it's great. I'm very straightforward and simplistic in that. That it doesn't have to be anything special, but it really does. Like you can see, even with this guy, you can kind of see like quote unquote edge highlighting, even though it's not quite done right. But you can kind of see it happening a little bit. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like again, mass infantry. I'm not really too worried, but they all actually look pretty good. So, and with that in mind, I stick with it. No, that's a custom helmet. You can see, and that's the same helmet with this guy. And yes, 3D printed. And then this guy has a different helmet. There you go. Yeah. This is Aurelius or whatever. I forget his name. So, like this. Oh my Aragon model to get done printing. Ooh, yeah. I should print an entire army like this and say they all have stealth. As a matter of fact, most of the things you see over here are 3D printed models. I don't know if you recognize this model or not. Again, actually, this is a great example of my technique right there. You can see like edge, quote unquote, edge highlights and ripples on the armor and stuff. It's very shiny because I put a yes. You just paint whatever needs to be painted. Um, But I put matte varnish on these guys, but it's still very like glossy. And apparently Liquitex has a ultra matte varnish. Great. It's hard to say how much it costs, Troy, because it's like $20 per liter of resin, and every model is a little bit different in how much they use. Oh yeah, and here's another resin model that I printed. I haven't attached his arms yet, and this was kind of like testing this. This was a new spray paint that I saw, and I tested out on this model, and I wanted to see how the paint reacted or held on the model. Held on pretty good though. Varnish as well. Super glue stains. What? Let's see. STL files. Yeah, I bought a lot of STL files from my mini factory because I mean they seem legit, but it's kind of weird what they're trying to do now, which is I mean I get to a certain degree. Like my mini factory, I guess because they blew up a little bit in terms of popularity, I'm guessing. They now charge you every time you buy STL files a flat rate from a small amount to a large amount. Actually, it's not. I guess it's not a flat rate at that point, but it stops up to a certain point, and then you won't get charged anymore. So I highly suggest, like, if you buy anything from them, to make sure you buy a lot, or save them in your cart until you buy them in bulk, and then that way you only get charged at one time. Well, yeah, mind you, there's some people out there who actually would copy GW stuff, so those people are getting sued. But GW can't, you know, get everyone off at, the 3D printing stuff because I don't know, it's hard. It's just law stuff, man. They have certain rights, of course, and I get it. I mean, they built up this company, so I get why they want to be uptight about it. I haven't bought from that site yet. Only I buy mostly from my manufacturer because they have sales and stuff from time to time. But I have bought from Colts 3D as well. Sometimes it's best to shop in both areas. Sometimes you might find it cheaper in one area over the other. But then your files will be stored in two different areas. Like I've been trying to find Terminator missile launcher, so I don't have to buy a box of 5 Terminators. Just grab one additional missile launcher. I already have all the Terminators I need. Issues 8 is out, and we're still chasing parts. I don't have a bit store. I have just a hobby store, and that's it, really. No No such thing as a bit store. Dude, it would be pretty nice to have a bit store. I would then, not have to 3D print some things. I'd buy it. It'd be a lot easier, I think. Because sometimes 3D printing can be a hassle a little bit. I mean, on eBay where they sell separate pieces from kits. No, because they're super expensive on eBay. It's like $5 for a bit. Like, good lord. And you have to pay for shipping and tax. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, to me, it's just way too expensive. I mean, just of course they have to make money off that stuff. Like, I get it. I didn't realize that this guy, his invul saves only is in melee. I'm like, what? Are you telling me he has no protection from range? Which, for me, oh, so Vallejo? Gosh darn it. So Vallejo, and what I use mostly is Liquitex. Now, I used to get gauche acrylic, but I'm switching over to their basic. It's a lot cheaper, about 3 times cheaper, but it is just as good. And it's thinned down a bit enough so that you can use it not quite right out the bottle. You can thin it a little bit more, but it goes great with a wet palette. And like the black, this black was diluted down, and it really stuck. Mind you, that's a white undercoat on this thing, so the black is really really good. Liquitex? Well, you do live in the U.S. You're about what, 2 hours or 3 hours? Do you have a place called Michael's? I'm sure you do. You've got to have a place called Michael's. That's where I buy my stuff. Mind you, I joined their membership thing, and so I sometimes they have like 30% off one item. Sometimes they have 40% off everything in your cart except for sales item, of course. Yeah, no kidding, right? But I buy essentially exclusively Liquitex now, the basic brand. Just because one, you get. Okay, let me show you. Let me. So, how much do you think this costs? This is 4 fluid ounces or 118 milliliters compared to a GW one. How much do you think that basic one costs? Write it in the comments below. Nope, $6. And mind you, that's without a discount. And most of the time, I buy it with a discount. Sometimes they have 25% off everything. Sometimes they have 30% off one item, or 30% off everything. Yeah, it's honestly it is really good paint. Um, well, I mean, I don't want to sit there and convert you and have you disappointed. I definitely suggest testing it out, but to me, it is honestly really good paint. Then let's stick the paint in the seal joints just like a bottle on the rim. So the gold is actually I'm using their gold. Hey, what's up, Tiki? Happy Halloween, man. So I have the oh god dog. I have Liquitex here, and yeah, it's kind of rough because you can see that build up on the see if I'll show it. For crying out loud, focus. Yes, please stay unfocused. There we go. Well, yeah, it's gunky. Let's just put it that way. But you know, again, with these things, they kind of have like a dropper bottle S, so you can drop it individually. And tax evader over there, Tiki, you know, gotta pay your taxes, man. You're not gonna avoid Gilliman for much longer. That's all I'm saying. Well, we do have a second hand in our store. Sadly, it ain't that much cheaper. Don't worry. So long as you're representing the will of the Emperor, it's all good. But any other representation other than that, I'm gonna have to call the Inquisition on your ass. Yeah, I've beaten Space Marines too, including the side missions, sort of co-op missions. For sure, it felt definitely felt a lot better in terms of combat too. That'd be too quick to put them in that thing, man. I don't know how long it takes for them to be put on a dreadnought. Plus, they'd still have to be alive, and I think that melta charge took out that marine out out. Well, guys, I actually have to call it right here because I gotta get up early and make a phone call. And so that's what's the guy from the first game? Oh, Sedona. Oh, well, I mean, he, he almost looks like a chaplain to me a little bit. Yeah, yeah. The older guy. But anyways, I do have the pause right here. He got stabbed by Emerald from Brian. Yeah, I remember him. I do have the pause right here because I gotta get up early. But I'll try to stream every day around 4 to 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Try to stream for at least an hour to get my stuff painted. I do still have a little bit of painting to do in terms of the tank. I think the tanks are done actually. The Dreadnought, then these two guys. I need to get them up and running because I do run these regularly. And then I have to paint my. As a matter of fact, I need to paint some Terminators because I actually am running Terminators, 5 of them, and I need to get 5 of them ready. So anyways, if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, the stand down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.